Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To my loyal viewers and subscribers. A people without knowledge of their past history, origin and culture is like a tree without roots. Yeah, most Jamaican people are like that. If you have no confidence in yourself, you are twice defeated in the race of life. But with confidence, you won even before you started. Yes, that's a quote from the late Marcus Garvey. And you know, as a people, one I think that Jamaican people lack is self-confidence. Yes, you can't see Jamaican people hate being black, they hate everything about themselves. Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. You know, we at the channel are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. Jamaica Young Police channel does not tell lies, as it is not in our DNA. Whatever you hear here is the truth and nothing but the truth. If we at the Jamaica Young Police channel saying anything that is not true, well, you can come here and correct the same. A wise man, yes, a wise man can change his mind, but a fool can't, because he's a fool. A fool will never ever know that he's a fool, even when it is pointed out to the fool that he's a fool, because all he's talking about is foolishness. Yes. Remember, you must never try to educate a fool, because the fool will hate you. Only a friend will tell you the truth. Before we begin today's video, we at the Jamaica Young Police channel want our audience and detractors to know that anything that we have said here that is incorrect, you can reach out to us and we will give you the chance to correct the same. To us, the first and foremost thing about us and the Jamaica Young Police channel is our character, credibility and reputation. We have never slandered or defamed anyone's name on this platform. Whatever you are hearing here is the truth. If the truth shall kill those who hate the truth, let it kill them. Remember that we said before, those who do not know the truth are fools, and those who knew the truth and call it a lie is a depraved and criminal-minded people. At the Jamaica Young Police channel, we want our loyal viewers and subscribers to know that we are not over here promoting propagandas or lies. Everything that we're telling you, it's factual, whether it's past or present. That's what we're all about here. Educate, inform, inspire and to change minds, to open up people's eyes, to see what's have been happening in their own world. Yeah, so today we continue the Vybz Kartel series. Yes, man, because yeah, we wanted to be an artist and we didn't even try, so we bad mind Vybz Kartel to the idiots out there. You understand? From I was 4, I always wanted to be a police officer, a detective, like Tom Levine. So, those who say that I bad mind Vybz Kartel, well, thanks for the heads up, I didn't know that I was a bad mind person. But all we are doing here is at the Jamaica Young Police channel is just to tell you the truth, what happened. So, Vybz Kartel, and, a lot of people, don't know why, Vybz Kartel, why Nunu Puss was killed and who was the triggerman. Yeah, so we at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we are going to tell you all of that, why Nunu Puss lost his life. Yes, you understand. And one of the contributing factor to Nunu Puss losing his life is because he had disrespected Dudus, because Dudus had called him on the phone. Yes, and he was telling Dudus that Dudus, is not any top shotter like him and all kind of disrespect. You understand? And from there, he had lost all protection from, the Tivoli Gardens hierarchy in the criminal world. And due to the fact that he had disrespected Dudus, the message was passed on in the criminal world that he's on his own. But you know, he was still traveling with his illegal firearm and stuff like that. So we're gonna let you know. So it's, as you know, Nunu Puss, yeah man, Nunu Puss was living in Shorty's Neglai. And anybody, any man who live in Shorty's Neglai, your life is always in danger. And Vybz Kartel is meticulous that he will even friend you and get you killed. That's how he is. Just the same way that he has done with O'Neal from Voicemail. But you're gonna hear who killed the person who pulled the trigger to kill Voicemail. You understand? Because that person had left the same studio that Vybz Kartel and Voicemail was at and waited for him there. But today we're gonna talk about Nunu Puss. So you know, Nunu Puss, you know, was one of Jamaica's most wanted criminal. You know, he was charged with murder of a policeman and the prisoner he was guarding at the Kingston Public Hospital on January 3rd, 2001. The police believe that Nunu Puss, whose real name is Christopher Williams, was among 4 men who went to Ward 3 at KPH in broad daylight and shot dead 60-year-old District Constable Oswald Thompson. Yeah, Oswald Thompson used to be at Unspear. We call him Finger. You know, why it was, you know, unfortunate he killed Finger, because Finger was a cool man, you know. You know, we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel know him good, and we used to work with him because we're all colleagues. You know, we know this mantra. If you want to know the difference between a DC, a special, and a regular, ask a gunman. Because, you know, a gunman see all 3 of them as police. So that's why, you know, that was constantly repeated to us back then in the 80s. You understand? That's when people respected police. Although, you know, police were killed then too, but we had a government then that solely backed the police in what they were doing and in reducing crime. So after, you know, he shot and killed DC Finger, that's Oswald Thompson, and Nakia Broderick, alias Bunny Lee, the 19-year-old prisoner he was guarding. Yeah, Bunny Lee, he was shot in Unspear Police area in Delacree Lane. Yes, Delacree Lane is about quarter mile from 3 Mile, Unspear, round about 3 Mile, the gas station. And he was shot in that year. In that community, they call it the village, where Bunny Lee was shot. Because at the time I was at Unspear when he was shot. You understand? So after, you know, the gunmen escaped with Fingers, service revolver, and 8 rounds of ammunition. Yeah, Nunu Puss. So at the time now, the police information, the CCN, that's a Constabulary Communication Network, said that warrants were issued for the arrest of Nunu Puss following an investigation into the double murder. But the Denham police did not have far to look for the alleged murderer, as he was held at a bus terminus in the area on Monday, January 7th. This year, after just over 1 year on the run. So he was held the following year, 2002, near to Tivoli Gardens. You know, he was there to do their criminal activity as usual, and he was held. And it's a pity that they didn't hurt him, but, you know, I don't know what happened. What happened, they didn't find him with any firearm, and he did not put up any resistance, so there was no preemptive strike that was delivered. So, you know, we're going back now. So hours after the double shooting at the hospital, which had left medical and other staff members traumatized, the dead prisoner's sister, who had gone to Madden Funeral to identify his body, was herself shot dead. So you see how criminal, that's why we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, you know, we don't like criminal, you know. But the girl who is a Bunny Lee's sister, she went there to identify him, you know, at Madden's, you know, because she heard that he was killed. So she went there to identify him, and guess what? They killed her there too. Because you have to understand, you know, right where Madden's at, you know, it's controlled by the Tivoli Gardens clique presidential clique. You understand? The shooting inside the hospital ward forced the authorities to improve security at the facility. The police were last night unable to say whether or not Nunu Puss was linked to any other crime when he was on the run. A police spokesman said its fingerprint department would first have to take his fingerprints and do the necessary investigation before that information is available. So Christopher Miller, 41 years old, otherwise known as Nunu Puss of Tivoli Gardens, Kingston. Yeah, so this is it now, after he was arrested and charged for the finger thing, and you understand. And we're going to tell you some other things after, that he was arrested and charged for too. Because this man, he had killed even a police officer, Inspector Lascelle Walsh. So, we're going to tell you all about this man, because he have a trail of terror. Unleashed, he was a parasite. So on Monday, September 1st, 2008, at about 7 a.m., yeah, Mr. Miller's, that's Christopher Miller, OCA, Nunu Puss, bullet-riddled body was found in bushes along the Dump Holden Main Road in Portmore, St. Catherine. The bullet-riddled body of Nunu Puss, who in 2006 heading the police most wanted list, was yesterday found in Goshen Road in Bernard Lodge, St. Catherine. Police said the body was found on the roadway early by residents who alerted them. The police theorized that Miller, 41, who in 2006 was wanted for several crimes, including the 2005 murder of Inspector Lascelle Walsh and District Constable Canute Brown, was killed elsewhere, and his body was dumped along the Lonely Road. There were no report of any spent shell found at the scene, and at the time the police are theorizing that he might have been killed somewhere else and his body dumped in the area. An officer at the Constabulary Communication Network told us Inspector Walsh, District Constable Brown, and a security guard were murdered on May 3rd in what police said was a reprisal for the fatal shooting of Christopher Coke, 23 years old, and a man only identified as Jello, who were both from Tivoli Gardens. Coke and Jello were cut down minutes after they murdered Corporal Hugh Chandler of the Protective Service Division at the intersection of West Kings House Road and Waterloo Road in Kingston. So the thing is that now, that's how brazen these terrorists are. So all of this stem from the killing of by Delroy youth of a terrorist named Zion Train. So they decide that they might retaliate against the police because they kill Zion Train, or dare them to kill Zion Train. After Zion Train, shoot at the police, fire shot at the police. So they have to dirt him. So these parasites from Tivoli decide that how dear want to kill nobody from Tivoli, or we had a gargan road here and all kind of things. So they retaliate, shoot the policeman in a marked police vehicle, you understand? And it was in the afternoon, so traffic to bumper to bumper traffic, but with the bike you can move, you're able to avoid the traffic by using the bike, so you can use the sidewalk in the middle that split the lanes them and able to move freely. But little did they know that there was an unmarked special branch vehicle, and the special branch vehicle, yes, it was pretty much tailing them because they knew what they were up to after the killing of Zion Train. So after they killed the policeman, and Chandler used to Chandler used to work at Unspear, wear glasses. Right now I can remember the man's face. And as they killed Chandler and about to continue their journey, both of them just get dirted. Yes. one of them get 5 shot. The one named Chris Royal, yeah man, he got it in his face. You know, you understand? Because most gunmen, they can't shoot it from near, but you know, police officers are trained, so you understand? 1 shot, 1 kill. So the one that was riding the bike, Jello, 1 shot to his head, boop, and Chris Royal, he got more than him. Yes, and you know, we applaud our colleagues then for, you know, for doing the necessary, because we have zero sympathy for criminals. You understand? You know, Chandler was even a Christian police. You know, Chandler would be one of the police that, you know, he doesn't even want you to use preemptive strikes against terrorists. But that's how when you're sympathetic to these people, you know, you see how when the parasite them turn on you. That's how it is. So that's why we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, we have zero sympathy for criminals. You understand? So we were happy that the police, they took him out. Yes, and took both of them out. You understand? So hours later, the police attacked Crossroad Police Station, killing Brown. They killed Inspector Walsh at the traffic light at Port Royal Street, downtown Kingston. Miller, who was said to have frequented Tivoli Gardens and was one of the main suspects in the cops' death, was arrested during a police operation in Cassia Park, St. Andrew, in May 2006, but was released due to lack of cooperation for person who witnessed the shootings. But you see how life funny? Anytime, you know, police, anytime you see a police, this boy killing her. Although we're glad to say him dead, but him should have dead a long time. A police him killing her, and nobody no want to cooperate. But you see what happened with the men that rob the people that went on and put more on a robbery spree, and the men who shoot at the police officers with illegal guns were allowed to testify against them. Nowhere else in the world, you know, we're a criminal, somebody who commit a crime and then refuse to stop when they were given a lawful order to stop by the police. They shoot at the police and then they become witnesses. These men should be in prison, you know, because they're the one who commit the crimes, you know. But you see, in Jamaica is a criminal's paradise. And we'll soon tell you about a prosecutor by the name of Kathy Pike. Yes, because she said that every police must be in prison. So I don't know how she expect, you know, who's going to protect her. And for the policeman who's bodyguarding Kathy Pike, you should be ashamed of yourself, because she's hell-bent on sending all police officers to prison. You understand? I don't know, it's because of her boyfriend when she was a younger attorney. Yes, a detective, and, you know, the detective, you know, most police or most detective have whole heap of women, not one. You understand? Because, you know, detective, especially when you're a sweet boy and you dress nice and you have nice cologne and all them things, and you drive all a nice car, you know, say, that's how it is. So, you know, sorry for the digression. Yeah, so this man was one of the main suspects in those murders, Nunu Puss, and the police arrested him. However, a person who witnessed the murders and persons who the police relied on to give information did not turn up to do their part, said a senior officer at the Denantown police station. Nunu Puss was placed on the police wanted list few years ago. In 2006, concerning the May 2005 murder of Inspector Lassell Walsh and District Constable Canute Brown, Inspector Walsh was shot dead at the intersection of Harbour Street and Church Street downtown. That's near to Port Royal Street. And District Constable Brown was killed during an attack at Crossroad Police Station. You see, Crossroad Police Station, of all of the stations in the corporate area, the police them always stand up in front because, you know, to the right of Crossroad, it all depends on where you are, because Crossroad Police Station is a one-way. You understand? And right there, you know, it's Carib Theatre. And Crossroad Police Station is like smack in the middle of Crossroad. So, them just drive past and shoot up the station and kill the DC. I had known him before I was even police, and they killed Mr. Brown. You understand? So, however, Nunu Puss was released as no witnesses came forward to give evidence. So that goes to show you, how Jamaica is. Jamaica is a criminal's paradise. But if it was the other way around, you know, we here at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, I've read even article where police officers involved in fatal shooting and blind people give evidence that they had seen the police officer who fired a shot in Jamaica. A man who even gave evidence to Indicom, and he was out of the island, and he gave Indicom a wrong name, and he was still a witness in a murder case against police officers. And when it was revealed that the same man was wanted for murder, the court did not see this man as an hostile witness, because the man was lying and discarded his evidence. The police officers were acquitted, and this man did not charge a murder right now. And he was in another Caribbean island when he claimed that he saw, and it was the same people from the same community that he was from. They are the one that, you know, that's why we love the people them from rural Jamaica. Some of them, because they are very decent, but now that we see that the Jonestown syndrome take over the entire Jamaica, everybody are ghetto people now. So that's how those police officers were acquitted. We don't know how we reach a stage in Jamaica where criminals have more influence over the society and even the jurors. Our police officer involved in a shootout of his life, and you going to listen to these people from the ghetto. I have shared my stories, especially one along 35 and 33 lane at Waltham Park Road, where a man attacked another man, all house, and I had to defend myself from the other man, retrieve the weapon, and 40 people gave statement that that man did not do anything, and it wasn't for all house, the man who received the wounds. You understand? He was bleeding profusely. I had to chase him down. If I did not kill that man, I would be in prison today, because that's how these people are wicked. 40 people, 40 witnesses versus one, and one witness. Yeah, so the reason why I'm telling you about the 40 witnesses versus one, the one person that saved yours truly from being arrested and charged is the man who received the injuries. So 40 Jamaicans, in Waltham Park Road here, between 33 and 35 lane, even people at 37 Waltham Park Road gave statements against me, because they didn't like me because I'm a no-nonsense detective. 40 people, they gave statements, and that's why I love the American system, because if it was American system, those 40 people would be 40 criminals. They would be arrested and charged for creating public mischief. 40 people, they gave statements. So that's 40 people, that's man hours, time wasted there by the police, by the detectives, when they could be doing something else, all because of their support for criminality and hatred of the police. So these people gave 40 statements, and the man who received the injury, because he was wanted for 2 counts of murder. You understand? And he gave his statement from the hospital bed at KPH. You understand? So he gave his statement, and that's how I wasn't arrested and charged. So Jamaican people are some wicked people. That's why we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, we do not support criminals, criminal supporters, enablers, and financiers. That's the reason why. So that's why we have this passion against them. So that's the reason why we said, and we say time and time, we do not want any criminal supporter over here. Our sympathizers, don't come over here. We don't want your views. We don't want your comments. Yes, we don't want your views. If we put up with video and nobody watch it, that's fine. That means I know criminal. We don't want a criminal over here. We don't want your views. We don't want your views. We don't want your subscription. We do not want your posts. We do not want your money. We don't want nothing to do with you. If you're a criminal supporter, enabler, financier, you understand? So we continue the journey with Nunu Puss. So Nunu Puss was, he was killed. He was last seen Saturday when he visited his girlfriend in Nagoya, St. Catherine. But guess what? Little that Nunu Puss know that, for disrespecting Christopher Dudu's court, the same man who was in prison in New Jersey. You know, yes. So he disrespected Dodos when he called him, and that's when he lose all coverage. So it was out on the street. So a car believed to be driven by him was found burnt along the Lakes Plain Main Road in the parish of St. Catherine. From information received and obtained from a former special branch detective, also people who have connection with Vybz, Kartel and Shorty. And we do not want to reveal how he was killed, because by doing that it will be outing out two persons who were there. So it was four persons in a car that pulled up. Nunu Puss knew that he was clean. Yes. And the gunman and the shatter pulled him over. Nunu Puss knew the gunman and shatter because of the same music business. Yes. And the person is, most people didn't know. Yes. The man named who did the killing allegedly killed Nunu Puss. And since after he killed Nunu Puss, he was one of the hypest man in Jamaica, because he's the one that killed Nunu Puss. And he never hid it, but he did not use a government gun to do it, because he had two guns at the time. And it's none other than 44-year-old whose real name is Omar Miller. Yes, it was a police officer that killed Nunu Puss, and his name is Omar Miller, otherwise known as Miller 9. Miller 9 is the one responsible for killing Nunu Puss. Allegedly. It was four of them, but because of certain things we do not want to reveal what happened, because by doing that only people who were present there with Miller 9 would have known this. So we're going to keep that part out of it, because we don't want to expose people that they are informer and stuff like that. So Miller 9 is best known for producing music for Vybz Kartel. He also worked with Popcorn and Javinci. So Miller 9 is, he was caught on camera in America killing, robbing somebody and killing them in their house. Remember, a leopard cannot change his pattern. Miller 9 was always a criminal, even before he joined the police force. You understand? So you have to understand, if somebody have a depraved mind, you cannot expect them to be a law-abiding citizen. They're always going to have that depraved mind. You understand? So that is what he did. Yeah, Miller 9 is the one who dirted Nunu Puss. He stopped Nunu Puss. Nunu Puss knew him because Miller 9 is a detective and is known in the music world. So because he stopped Nunu Puss think that everything was fine. Little did he know that he thought it was his last day. And that's how he met his demise. Yes man, Miller 9. And the other three persons who were there. So if we go in details and tell you what happened after they had stopped him, then only the other three people who were there would have known, and we don't want to reveal that. Thanks for watching the Jamaica Young Police channel. Jamaica Young Police channel out.